Hey guys, Laharl here, and welcome back to another episode of Castlevania. I just about called this game, once again, Mother 3. In the last episode we, went on our way to, this little area with a name that I can't remember the name of, and got shot by skeleton archers, because I was just doing my practice run to make sure I knew where I was going, and now I'm being spoiled by my super ultra powerful Soma. Yeah, oh, okay, story. Alright. Hey, you're Soma, aren't you? You must be him. Yes, but who are you? Oh, forgive me, I'm Yoko Belnades. I'm a member of the church. How would a member of the church recognize me? You've met Ginya Arikado, right? Aluka. Alucant? I did meet him, but he told me about you and asked me to help you if you were in trouble. Arikado said that? That's hard to believe. Well, he may seem cold at first, but he's actually quite a decent guy. He may be looking out for you because you share the same dark powers. Wait. Did you say my powers are dark? Oh, you mean you didn't know that? Oh no. Did I say something well, what's said is said. Essentially, you have the power to rule over and command monsters. What? Rule over monsters? I have no desire to do that. Yeah, we're not Pokemon trainers or anything. It comes as naturally as breathing for you, so you may not realize it yet. And though I called it a dark power, that doesn't mean it's evil. It's like a weapon. Its user decides whether to use it for good or evil. Well, when you put it that way, I feel a little bit better. Since I got this power, I've begun to lose my sense of self. You are yourself. There's no one else you could be. Don't second-guess yourself. Be confident. That's most important. I think I understand now. Thanks, Yoko. I'm not used to being thanked by people. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Have you seen a man named Graham? Graham Cracker? Yes, I met him early. Be wary of that man. I believe that he will inherit Dracula's powers. No way. He didn't look like a bad guy. Right, and I've got a bridge to sell you. What? Oh, right. Don't be fooled by his appearance. He's not who you think he is. Alright. Well, I must be going. I've got to find Graham. See you around. Oh, I kind of forgot that little story was right there. Okay, I'm going back this way because I feel like I've forgotten something, and I'm probably going to do that this whole freaking episode, too. So, this is probably going to be a bit of a vlogish type episode, because I have some things. Ooh, Student Witch releases a lethal cat that runs full speed at enemies. And, we can't get that yet. But we will. We'll get it soon enough. I guess I just came down here to show you that. Well, you know, okay, so this is going to be kind of a vlogish episode, because, you know, I haven't been as... Oh god, I forgot the viewer takes his place. I just haven't been, you know, in the mood to record at all. Like, I haven't been in the mood to do anything. And I've just been having the worst stream of bad luck. Oh god, don't stand in front of the Minotaur and wait for the axe to come down on you. Jeez. And I don't know, I've just been having a lot of really bad luck. Like, my classes haven't been going well, my situation is getting worse in classes, and just other stuff like that. Okay, so, yeah, we're gonna go this way. But before I continue on with that, this here is a little puzzle. You notice that when you face this way, he closes his mouth, but if you try to go in and turn at him, he closes his mouth. So what you want to do is you want to look behind him, and then use your backdash. And we're gonna go this way because we get something really important from over here. That's going to help a lot. But yeah, my laptop has been having some issues with blue screening, and if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, and I'll put a link to that in the description, I've just, you know, my laptop has been blue screening quite a lot by some cause that we're not sure what it is yet, and I've had it looked at, and even when I had it fixed, it's still causing the issue, and me recording right now is dangerous because it could blue screen while I'm in the middle of recording, and it's just been a really, really bad, just everything. By the way, here's the whip sword. Yeah, a whip sword. Not a whip sword. A combination of a whip and a sword. Yeah, if that's not the weirdest weapon that I've ever seen in a game, I don't know what is. But it is really useful. And it has the same attack power as what we just had. But anyway, we're gonna go take on the next boss, who is this giant dude, the Great Armor. So the Great Armor, as you, oh god, I didn't mean to do that. If you haven't noticed, he has a giant shield, and, well, he's just a giant everything, and if you notice when you attack his front, you can't hit him. Well, that's because, well, you know, so the best thing to do is to equip the whip sword, and even though the whip sword doesn't do a lot of damage, it still hits him. Oh god, I should probably be paying attention more to his attacks. I'm going to die. I am not invincible. That's what happens when you play on a... You can also just duck and slash at him if you don't have this sword, but that requires getting kind of close to him, and since the whip sword has range, you know, you don't have to. Now, the backdashing is great, but it's not the ultimate savior that it should be, because ultimately, you may not be able to backdash quite enough if you're too close to him, and sometimes I think just flat out running past him is better. And that's all for that guy, and we didn't even level up. It's kind of odd. We usually level up from those guys. Well, I do, anyway. Anyway, then we head in here and meet this guy. Oh, what's a child like you yourself doing in a place like this? A child? You're rude, Grandpa. Oh, my apologies. My name's Hammer. Hammer. The army ordered me to come here. Hi, I'm Soma. I thought it was inspecting a shrine, but suddenly I was in a castle. Don't you think that's a mean thing to do to a guy? So I just bailed on my mission. What do you mean? There were a bunch of strange people gathered at the shrine. I thought they'd be good customers, so I opened up a shop. Good for you. There are weapons all over this castle and no monsters at the front gate. Good place for a shop. Come on by, I'll give you a good deal. See you around. Laughter. Alright, well, a shop, huh? I don't get it. Well, you see, Soma, a shop is where you take your money and... yeah, I know what he meant, but just the way he worded that was kind of weird. But, yeah, now that we've done that, we can double jump. I didn't explain that because I'm still in practice mode, where I'm like, hey, you already know all this stuff. But you don't, unless you played this game, and then you do. Which I think a lot of people have. This is like the game that brought Castlevania back. Oh, come on. Oh, I got a battle axe, nice. Yeah, another problem with this weapon is it's really slow. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of it, even though it does have good range, because it's so slow. I mean, it's got range, yeah, but it's really slow, and I just said that like 4 times. Ugh. So yeah, I've just been having a really terrible last couple of weeks, and I don't know, it just... lots of bad things keep happening to me. Like, the way my life works is, I have a couple of good things happen to me, and then I get this huge streak of just terrible luck, where a bunch of really bad things happen to me. And just, I don't know, that's just how it's always been. I should be used to it by now, but I still can't help but feel bad every time it happens. Well, let's see. But yeah, I mean, classes are really just... I don't know, I hate classes where you have to take a lot of field trips because, fun fact, I'm actually afraid of driving. Like, I cannot stand driving, and when you have to take a lot of field trips, you know... I don't know, I just get scared when I think about having to go drive somewhere, even though I know it's necessary. And just... I can drive, but if I have to drive somewhere I've never been before, it's really hard for me to go there. I want to say I have a legitimate fear of this, and we got a heart pendant, by the way. But I don't know. Is that even something to be... It's not something to be afraid of, but I just can't help it. And by the way, the heart pendant increases your luck, which, unlike in a lot of games, actually helps you in this game, because luck determines whether or not you get an item drop, whether or not you get a soul. So if you want extra luck to help you out, here's your first accessory that'll give you extra luck. But yeah. We should be getting a new weapon here pretty soon. But just, I don't know, when I think about driving, it's just like a paralyzing type of fear thing. I don't know what it is. And it's not that I can't, and I'm actually not that bad of a driver if I do say so. I mean, I guess turning kinda sucks, but, you know, we're not perfect at everything. And here we've got the broadsword, which I think is actually going to be our first overhander. Yeah. So here's another weapon type, what I call the two-hander. This is a weapon that swings overhead and does extra damage, but unfortunately, it has about the same range as your average one-hander sword. Even though Soma swings it with one hand, I still like to consider them two-hand because of the way it swings. But I think we're gonna stick to the bastard sword because it's faster, and we don't need the range anymore. But yeah, and the whole computer thing. Oh well, no, I wasn't done with the car thing, but I don't know. Just that class requires me to drive places, and I haven't gone to any of those field trips, and we've gone on like 3 or 4. And considering she grades on participation, that's not good. And then my sociology class, I could sit here and talk about for the whole entire rest of the video, but I'll spare you the details and just say that I got a class full of freshmen who don't like the class and love to vocally announce it. And then there are some people in the class who decide that it would be the best in their best interest. Did we already go this way? No, there's something over here that we can get now that we couldn't before. And there are just some people in there who are really vocal, more so than others. And they just get on, I don't know what it is about those people, but they get on my nerves. I guess it's because there's this one guy that does it every class, when the teacher just asks a yes or no question. And you can get a hammer in here, by the way, but kind of pointless since we already have one from a drop. I don't know, there's just this guy that every time the teacher brings up a topic for a discussion, he finds it necessary to sit there and give his life story every time. And it's every single class period, too, and the teacher is even... Oh, I just got a... That's odd. I never got that before. Huh. Oh, nice. Better armor. Gym clothes. Increases defense and constitution. Got a health upgrade, too. Nice. And killed Durgas in one hit. I didn't know they dropped those. But yeah, he just finds it necessary to tell his life story every single time we have a class discussion. And it's always him, too. No one else in the class really likes to talk. And, you know, the teacher even seems to be getting annoyed with it. And, like, he doesn't really respond to anything he says. Like, whenever he does talk, the teacher just sits there and listens. And, hey, jumping while taking damage restores health. Alright, cool. I don't think I got that one. I don't know, I can't see it being practically used. Unless, like, right there, I would have recovered 2 health or something. And there. Friggin' winged skeletons. I hate enemies that are constantly respawning like that. And again, that's what this series is known for. But yeah, he likes to do that, and it just, I don't know why that bothers me. It's one of those things that just, I don't understand, and it just bugs me. And I should be doing better in that class, but that class is one of those, you have to do extremely well on every single test, because that's all you're getting graded on type things. And I am not a good test taker, in the least. I am very terrible at taking tests. I always have been. And that's all that you get graded on in that class, and I have an F in that class right now. I also have a low D, probably an F in my other class as well, which is not good, and it's been stressing me out to no end. Combine that with the fact that I'm transferring colleges, and, you know, I have to be in the mood to record, and I guess even now I'm kind of not, but I'm still doing it anyway because I feel really bad for uploading all of a sudden, and now I'm not, and hey look, we have the warp. This is probably the single most useful thing in the entire game, and you're going to want to take advantage of this. You're going to want to. I didn't explore the area down there, but I'm not going to right now because I don't feel like it. Although saying that, I'm probably going to forget about it when we try to go for 100%. So now if you notice, we are now back here near the beginning, and we're now in that upper area that we couldn't get to before. And there's some nice little goodies we can pick up while we're here. Alright, let's take care of you, Mr. Officer, or Ossifer, as I call them. So yeah, I've just been having a lot of rough luck on my life, and just all sorts of bad things. But, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. So if you go down here, you get a cestus, which is actually kind of useful. Not, actually, no it's not, I lied. Because, this is what it is. Yeah, punching. You have to get really close to the enemy in the first place to punch them, and I don't like it. It's not my playing style. And you don't even find many of those either. I think that's literally the only fist weapon you find in the game besides unarmed. I don't know, I'm kind of traditional. I like speed weapons. Speed and power. But, you know, There's also a sword right here you can't get for a very long time, and it will sit there and taunt you till the end of days. Just like that other katana that we keep seeing in the beginning area. This game likes to do that. It's like, hey look, here's a super powerful weapon that you won't get until it's kind of pointless. Oh, base lard. Did I already get one of those? No. Oh right. The zombie dropped its really rare drop. This is the zombie's rare drop of base lard, and here's its other one, the cloth tunic. The base lard is a dagger that is stronger than anything you can get in the game up until this point when you unlock the shop. That's how ridiculous it is, but it's really hard to get. Let's go ahead and check out Hammer's shop. What up, Hammer? Howdy there, you came. Is this where you opened your shop? I don't know. I don't know about that one, Soma. The weapons behind him don't really... I don't know. Yes, yes it is. By the way, that cute young lady over there. Haha, she's staring at you. Is she your friend? Yeah. Whoa, I had no idea you were so popular with the ladies. Being friends with one girl makes you popular with the ladies. Hey, it's not like that. Don't be shy now you're here. It's good to be young. It's a good thing. Alrighty, back to business. Take a look around, friend. And here we go. We now have a shop. So yeah, this is where all that money was coming in. Will come in handy. You can buy the base lard, by the way. It's its cheapest item too. So yeah, you got your typical shop setup here. We're gonna buy Castle Map 2 because we should. And yeah, you can just buy stuff here. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got a broadsword, which I already got. Basically, he just sells a bunch of stuff that... Actually, he's even got some weapons that are unique to him. But all of his stuff at this point is pretty expensive. Like, for example, this copper breastplate is going to be super useful. Alright, I think I'm trying to decide what I should buy. You can also buy the katana here, which has the best description ever. No description sword. Alright, I think I'm gonna buy the copper breastplate, because I think it's better to buy armor. And I can't remember if the scimitar is a one-hander or not, but I don't have enough for it anyway, so I'm gonna sell some stuff. I can sell that melon we got for a good chunk of money. But yeah, let's sell the knife. I'm not gonna use the base lard or the short sword anymore. The whip sword sells for a good amount, but sell this. Let's sell these two for a good amount. I can use the battle axe, which, look at that attack power. That is some pretty nice attack power, actually. I might keep a hold of that one. Never mind. Alright, let's sell the rapier and the spear. See, like, the sets just isn't even worth that much, because it's the only one in the game. So yeah, now we got like 5,000 gold. So we're doing pretty good. So I say let's buy the scimitar. Usually, though, if you don't buy stuff, you can still find better stuff in the castle, but it is nice to know you have... Son of a, it's a two-hander. Crap. I've never bought the scimitar before. Well, I accidentally went to the shop anyway. So let's go ahead and buy the gladius, because it's better than what we had. Let's sell that scimitar piece of crap. It's kind of weird. I like the two-handed weapons, but I don't like that one. There's this particular one that we'll be getting much later in the game that I much prefer. Let's go buy this gladius. Alright, and then we're coming up to about 17 minutes or so. Probably over that, because I started my timer late. Let's see, there's a save point over there. So yeah, I know I say this in every video, and I try not to, but I'm really sorry for the lack of updates, but at least I explained why in this video. I didn't want to put out a hiatus video because I wasn't sure if I was going to go on a hiatus or not, because my laptop seems to be stable for now, but, you know, I feel really bad going on a hiatus, so I didn't want to tell you guys that if it wasn't official or anything, but anyway, yeah, this has been another episode of Aria of Sorrow. You guys should check out my Twitter, which will also be in the description as well, because I'm always up for more followers, and if you want to keep up on my social life for whatever reason, or my LPing stuff, that's cool too. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was more vlogish than explainy, but honestly, what more can you really talk about in this game other than, okay, so we're gonna slash this guy here, and then we're gonna go down here and pick this up. I mean, I guess I could explain other things, but You get what I'm saying. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.